Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making this beautiful top you are seeing on the screen with a turn-up sleeve and a bishop collar. Okay, you can see that we have a slanted part at the down part of this gown. So if this is what you like to watch, please stick to the end of this video. Let's get started. Now my fabric is folded into 4, right? It's folded into 4. Okay, so I'll make sure to get the biggest part of my body plus 2 or 3 inches. Okay, this is what I have. And I'll make sure that it covers the sleeve length that I want. Okay, now I'm going to measure the shoulder divided by 2, which is 15 divided by 2. That will give us 7.5. Okay, so what I have left is 6.5. Right, so 6 inches will be for the sleeve, while the ½ inch is going to be the sewing allowance, what we are going to use to turn up the sleeve. So I'm also going to measure to get the length. So to get the length of this top, it requires your desired length. Okay, it requires your desired length. But for this tutorial, I'll be working, sorry my camera didn't catch it, I'll be working with 40 inches, right? I'm working with 40 inches. Okay, you can do 41, you can do 42, depending on how long you want it to be. So I'm working with 40 inches for the length. So I'm going to be taking the neck width. I'm working with 2.5. 2.5 for the width, okay? And the depth for the back, I'm going to be working with 1 inch. Now we are drafting the front and the back together. Okay, so we are drafting the back and the front neckline together. So for the back neckline, I'll come down by 1 inch. Okay, 2.5 by 1 inch. Then for the front, I'll come down by 4 inch. Okay, let me just rule a starting line. Okay, I want to trim off this part. Let me just rule a starting line because I'm going to be trimming off that edge. Okay, so I'm going to measure at this point to get my front depth, which is 4 inches. Don't forget 2.5 inches by 1 for the back, 2.5 inches by 4 for the front. Can you see it? Okay, 4 inches, right? Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing now is to draw my curve. Yes, I like using my ruler. Okay, so I'm drafting for the front. Like I said, I'm drafting the front and the back together. Okay, because my fabric is folded into 4, right? Okay, so the next thing I will do now is, my sleeve. Let me mark my sleeve. That is 6.5. Okay, I'm going to, from that point, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. And, after the shoulder slope, I'm going to come down by 10 inches. I'm working with 10 inches. Okay, 10 inches for the sleeve opening. The shoulder slope is 1 inch. After then, I came down by 10 inches for the shoulder, the sleeve opening. So that is what I'm ruling at this point, the sleeve opening. Okay, so from the shoulder, I'm going to measure 11 inches. That is where I'm going to be marking my bust measurement. So your bust divided by 4, whatever you have, you mark it. And this is what I'm working with. Then you add 2 inches sewing allowance. Apparently, 1 inch is going to be for ease, then the other 1 inch for the sewing allowance, right? So I'm going to mark the waistline. The waistline for this tutorial is 16 inches, okay? 16 inches, and the hip line is 25 inches. 25 inches, right? So I'm going to measure the hip divided by 4. The hip divided by 4, I'm going to mark it. I think I'm working with 8, which is 32, right? Then I'm going to be adding 2 inches sewing allowance. 2 inches sewing allowance, right? So that is for the waistline, that is at the half length. Now coming down to the bust area, I just want to reconfirm what I have. Okay, so now the hip measurement, I'm working with hip 42, hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches sewing allowance, both for the sewing and the ease. Okay, I'm reconfirming the bust. The bust is supposed to be 10 inches plus 2 inches sewing allowance. Yeah, bust 40. Okay, so now I'm going to be connecting the lines. I hope these lines are visible enough. Okay, but just follow my explanations. Okay, I've connected the bust to the waistline, that's the half length, and I'm connecting the waist to the hip. Okay, and once you connect it, you just take it all the way down. I'm trying to make it a bit curvy, okay, for our sleeve. So from the hip, you just take it straight down, all the way down to the hem of your top. Okay, so once we are done with that, that is basically it for this top. So I'll go ahead to cut out the back neckline first. Please pay attention. Cut out the back neckline first. Okay, so I want to trim off this edge I have here first. Let me trim it off. Okay, so my shoulder slope. Okay, let me connect it. I didn't connect it initially. Okay, connecting the shoulder slope. So now I'm going to trim off the shoulder slope. Trim off the shoulder slope. Okay, I'm going to trim off the shoulder slope, and after which I'm going to cut through the sleeve opening. Don't forget, for the sleeve opening we did 10 inches. Okay, so let me go start from the down part. I'm sure you are getting value, right? So if this video has been helpful to you, please at this point kindly hit the subscribe button, kindly like this video, kindly share this video. This top is a trendy top at this point. Yes, it's a trendy top. So I'm cutting through. Okay, I'm cutting through, trying to meet up with the sleeve area. Most of my videos are beginners friendly. I don't like fast forwarding, so it's mainly for beginners, right? So cut through the hip, the waist, and back to the sleeve area. So I'm done cutting. So this is what I have. Can you see? This is what I have when I'm done cutting. So now I'm going to open up. We have 2 fabrics now. Try to notch the center first. I'm notching the center. So I'm going to open up, remove the back, and let's concentrate on the front neckline. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm cutting the front neckline. Don't forget, it's 2.5 by 4. Okay, because it's a bishop collar neckline. Then for the back neckline, it's going to have a loop, right? You're going to be attaching button. It's going to have a loop. So I'm going to measure. Don't forget, we came down by 1 inch. So I'm going to measure 6.5 opening. Okay, I'm going to open it into 6.5. Okay, so that it can be able to pass the head of our client. So I'm going to open up to 6.5. 6.5 here. Okay, so now this is all for that. Then I'll open up the front. This is the front and this is the back. Can you see what we have at the back? Yep. Okay, so what we are going to do again now is you open up the front. You can either cut them together, but I want to do it one after the other so that you understand better, because if you miss out, you have issues. So this is me measuring 25 inches, the hip line. Okay, Then I'm going to add 1 inch for sewing allowance. So instead of measuring 25, I'm going to measure 26 because I want the slant to stop at the waist, at the hip area. Okay, I want it to stop at the hip area. So from there, I will slant it to the end of the dress. Okay, so just watch me. So this is my 26. Okay, I'm going to get my long ruler and I'm going to, can you see the way I'm slanting it to the hem of the top, right? So just watch me. Make sure it is the right side of the fabric that is facing you and the wrong side of the fabric is touching the table. The right side of the fabric is facing me, okay, and the wrong side of the fabric is touching the table. So I'm going to cut through. Can you see that it's very simple? I'm going to cut through, cut. Okay, can you see the shape of our dress? Don't forget, you're going to open up this way. So you can either place the two together. If you want to place the front and back together, that means the wrong side of the fabric will be touching the wrong side of the fabric, while the right side of the front will be facing you. Can you see what I'm doing now? Now I've gone ahead to place the right fabric on the back, the front pattern on the back, on front on the back. What am I even saying? So can you see the wrong sides are touching each other? The wrong sides of the fabric are touching each other, while the right side of the front is facing me. Okay, the right side of the fabric is facing me. The wrong side of the back and the wrong side of the front, they are touching each other. So that was how I placed it. Can you see? So I'm going to also cut through, because if you don't place it well, you will find out that by the time you finish cutting, you have different things. Or you place the two together, measure it once and cut it out. So it now depends on you. But please make sure to try out with either a paper or position it well, just like the way I'm explaining to you. So can you see what we have now? So this is just it. So what I will do is, for the back, I will go ahead and pipe where we have that opening at the down part. When I pipe it, just pipe it round. You can use a bias. You can cut out part of this fabric and do it. When I'm done with that, I will now place it right side facing right side. Right side facing right side. Then I will close the shoulders, right? Close up the shoulders. When I'm done, I'll bring it for us to see. Okay, so at this point, I've gone ahead to pipe the back. Make sure to iron out. And I've closed the shoulders. Okay, so just open up. Can you see what we have? Make sure to iron out properly. Properly iron out. Okay, make sure to iron out. Yeah, so this is the strip that we are going to be using for the turn up. Okay, so when you open it up, it is 5 inches. Unfold, it is 2.5. So make sure to measure around the circumference of the sleeve before you cut out the strip. Okay, and attach it this way. Okay, let the wrong side of the fabric face you. You place this on it, the midpoint. Make sure to notch, and you also sew this way around. Okay, you do same on the other sleeve. Okay, I'm going to do that and bring it back. Don't forget to hem the down parts. Yes, you are going to hem the down parts before closing the sides. So when you are done with the sleeve, attaching the turn up, you hem the down parts, okay? Then before you talk about joining. So I've gone ahead to attach this. Make sure to iron properly, okay? Iron properly. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to close the sides. Okay, I've done with the sleeve. I've hemmed the down parts. It's just to close the sides with, you can now do 0.5. You can sew with 0.5. You can sew with 1 inch, whichever you prefer. Okay, so then for the collar, the neckline, for the collar, the bishop collar, maybe in my next video, I'm going to show us how to make a bishop collar, right? So it's something that is very simple. And at the end of the day, once you are done with all that, sew the side, cut out all the excess threads, iron out properly, okay? And I think that will be all for this. That will be all. And when you are done, this is what you'll be having. This is what you will be having. Can you see how beautiful this top came out? And you can wear it with a palazzo trouser, you can wear it with a straight pants, okay, whichever one. If you have watched to the end of this video, thank you so much. See you in the next one. Bye bye.